Hello and welcome to my dance studio and video channel. My name is Jessica Scarlett May. I'm a transgender ballroom dance teacher. I'm currently a fellow of the British Association of Teachers of Dancing and a former Imperial B.A.T.D teacher and former school owner. Today we're going to have a look at a modern sequence dance, the Gigolo Jive. And back in 2018, this won the President's Trophy at the B.A.T.D. And for some reason, it hasn't taken off as well as I would have expected because it's quite a clever jive routine, which most of us can do. It was Barry Earnshaw and Beverley Murch-Fowkes that arranged this particular dance. And for some reason it's not taken off. Maybe it's COVID. I know that there's only just one representation of this dance, and it's not even a walkthrough, even on YouTube for whatever reason. It possibly needs remarketing, but anyway, that's another story. So we'll get stuck in. It's the Gigolo Jive that we're going to do today. So as usual, we start with the men's steps. These are purely walkthroughs. There's no music with my walkthroughs, and it's purely educational for you to keep up with your current teacher if he chooses to show this within your school. So come and join me. Let's get started. So we're starting in an open facing position. Place your right arm out to the side. You're going to dance 1, 2, 5 of a link into a whip, followed by a fallaway. So the fallaway is a little bit unique. We'll talk about that when we get there. So we're going to use triple beat jive timing. So we're stepping left foot back, rock replace, lock a step. You're going to do a whip, which is them 2 steps there, followed by the chassé, which is part of the whip. Now we're going to step back in fallaway, and this is counted 1, 2, 3, 4. It's basically 2 rocks, so we step back, releasing the left hand, rock replace, and you're going to take hold of your partner into a rock replace. We're going to step back into a fallaway, basic, so guys left foot back, ladies right foot back. So that's the fallaway, chassé, step. Now we've come to another movement which uses 1, 2, 3, 4 timing. So we're stepping right foot forward, tap and step, tap and step. We're going to step through, there we go, and do a delayed walk before dancing lock a step. Now we're going to bring your partner from promenade position, which is in at the moment, into an open facing position, turning 3/8 of a turn to left. So we're going to dance another chassé, which moves more diagonally rather than forward. That will help the lady, encourage you to turn, chassé, step, chassé, step. So we're now in an open facing position, ready to dance the next movement. So the next movement is like a change of place, but it's a change of place to shadow hold. So we're going to dance a rock back, both of us. The man's going to step forward and step down line of dance. So the lady's ended in shadow hold here. So she's done rock replace and a chassé to end in this position. We're going to do a backside forward, which they call zigzag, and this maintains this plane, if you want to think of it that way. It isn't a forward step, it's a backward step. And if you watch this video elsewhere, you might find 1 or 2 undecided. It's a definite backward step. So it's a back, side, forward step, and you're going to flick your right foot forward, keep the toe down, and step back, side, forward, and do a flick in the opposite direction, flick, step. Now that step's in transit. I've just laid it there so I can keep my balance. We're going to step left foot back. So we're going to step left foot back, close the feet, and lock a step. We're going to dance 2 well, I call them chicken walks because that's how I've been shown. So basically, these movements are compression through the knee, and what happens is that the back foot swivels forward and creates this turning out of the leg as we stand forward. So we do that twice, and I've done them very slow because I dance quick, quick, and we finish with a locker step, to turn to face each other. The man turns right, the lady turns left, turn and tap to a handshake. We're going to do a jive chassé to right, chassé step, chassé step. Now this little section is really an American spin. So if you think of it as a Lincoln American spin, that's more or less what it's all about, this little section. The difference being is that the movement doesn't go that far. It's more or less in place. So we do a link step in handshake hold, link, and we do a chassé forward, chassé step. It's basically a chassé in place. The lady does American spin off your right hand, gents. You offer your left hand out as she comes back as you do your chassé step. Chassé step. We're both going to do a back replace. I would most possibly do this in double hold. It could be in single hold. I would have to double check that, and I'll leave that in the notes. Where we do a rock replace, which is 2 steps of a link, and we do disco points, point, step, and we're back to the beginning where we let each other go, give ourselves a little bit of breathing room before stepping back into that whip, that chassé. We step back into that Fallaway. We do a rock into another Fallaway. We do a chassé step, and we've got this tapping action, tap, step, tap, step. I would create a little bit of shape there if I was you, otherwise it might look a bit bland. We do a step and swivel, so we step inside leg, delayed walk, lock a step into a change of place. So the lady changes underneath the arm, she's going that away, so that you're facing center now, gents. She dances a back replace with you. She dances a chassé as you do a back replace forward and back into shadow hold. Zigzag, my favorite step. Stepping left foot back. 1, 2, 3, flick. 1, 2, 3, flick. So those are balanced. So there's 2 of those. Stepping back, step, close, lock a step, lock a step. So we're going to do the 2 chicken walks after that locking step. So we've got that swivel, swivel. Okay, that might need a bit of practice, especially if you want to get the most out of that step. Lock a step. We're going to turn to face each other, change hand hold to handshake hand hold, and chassé step. Remember the lady turns to face you there. So that's what's happening. Okay, we're going to step left foot back for a link, and this is really the American spin part of everything. So if that's what you think about, it's going to be easier. Link, chassé, let the lady go, change your hand, rock replace. I would most possibly grab 2 hands to do points, and you're ready to do your rock replace into your link, whip, and so on. It is not a difficult dance, and it will give you the freedom to use triple beat jive rhythms. So it's using a slightly slower speed than a traditional jive. I think it's run at 38 bars per minute. This is to give some of the more mature people chance to dance it, even when they're in the 70s and 80s.